Katie Brune came to the Oregon State Capitol with more than 50 other diabetes advocates to leave an impression on legislators, to help be the face of a growing diabetes problem around Oregon and the nation. For her, type 1 diabetes came at an early age, and it's changed her life.
I've always, had the idea that I had a good chance of being diagnosed, but when I finally was diagnosed, I was really surprised. I now constantly think about what my blood sugar is, how much insulin should I take, how many carbs are in that specific meal.
I'll tell you sort of our bigger scheme of things that we're working on, but let me give you just a little personal background.
Her father, Scott Brune, spoke along with Katie to state representatives and senators. It was a key moment during the day-long American Diabetes Association Diabetes Day, March 18th. Brune says he and his daughter feel compelled to get the message out, given the epidemic rates of diabetes all over the country.
So we can talk about the numbers. There's about 240,000 people with both types of diabetes in Oregon. I have type 1, my daughter and I have type 1. There's about 17,000 of us, and it costs the state about $3 billion a year. So it costs the state and the local taxpayers, it costs individual Oregonians and those Oregonians that put the insurance bill almost $3 billion a year. And so part of our job today, doing advocacy for the ADA, is to help our legislators understand that this is how big a problem diabetes is, and to make sure that they are doing everything they can from a state policy perspective to at least make people aware of it, to help prevent this disease, especially with type 2, to help inform people that lifestyle choices are a significant factor in how they manage this disease.
Scott says he's proud of his daughter's adjustments to diabetes.
She was diagnosed about 7 months ago. She's done, all things considered, she's done a really good job with it. She's taking good care of herself. She owns the disease as far as keeping track and monitoring. And she and I actually just took a trip with 200 other advocates from across the country to Washington, D.C. the week before last, doing something similar that we're doing here, although at the nation's capital, and talking about the real big problem, diabetes nationwide. It's $245 billion is the cost nationwide of diabetes.
And so diabetes advocates were out in force amid lobbyists pressing support for legislation, raising awareness to support health reforms to fight diabetes.
My fear is that when we look at how bad this problem is, we're kind of going to be taken aback as to how severe the issues are.
We're really here to build awareness about diabetes, and we're also here to help the community by doing free screenings. We have over just about 350,000 people in Oregon and Southwest Washington who have diabetes, and a third of them don't even know it. Prediabetes is about double that amount.
Just outside the Capitol building, the Oregon Lions Club worked with the ADA to screen people for the disease.
And I'm going to point to a few things up here, and you just tell me the letter when you see it.
Okay.
We'll have days where I have everybody coming through will pass, and we have other days where virtually everybody coming through doesn't pass. And a lot of it has to do with age, and also you might say social background.
The screening is really to get people to be aware of what their numbers are, to see if they actually have any traces of diabetes. Are they running high? Are they having complications due to the diabetes? I know that they're doing 5 screenings. So they've got their eye exams, they're doing blood pressure because high blood pressure is also correlated with diabetes. They're doing blood glucose screenings, hearing screenings.
All to find out if diabetes is a reality in a person's life, as it is now for young Katie Brune, working with other advocates to spread the word with lawmakers and an ever more vulnerable public.